I like her. I like her. She's fucking. I mean, she's the enemy, but she's won me over. I like her
She's
as a
very,
character.
she's very straightforward. All right.
Welcome back to. Nope, I'm not supposed to say the name yet. From Russia with Love, minute 17. I'm Brian.
And I'm Brad.
And this is the podcast that is breaking down the longest, smoothest, suavest, most debonair spy franchise around, or takes it and shakes it. I've recorded some other minutes today in my brain. And shakes it out 1 minute at a time. Never stirred, because this is Bond.
Minute Bond.
And Brad, what happened in this minute?
We find out that your work is excellent.
What do you mean?
She just goes through yep. Tosh. Nope. What is her name? I don't remember. Romanovsky.
Romanova.
She goes through her work history and personal history, really real personal there for a second. But she basically starts off with her asking her if she came along. Well, she's like, obviously, that's what the letter said. And she stops her like short of that, saying, "Yeah, I know, I wrote the letter."
Yeah.
She gets to go through her work history, saying, your work has been excellent. She asked her to take off her jacket, which was not weird. Asked her to do a turnaround. He
said sarcastically.
Not weird. Mentioned that she had trained for the ballet, which in Russia is a big thing. In the Kingsman, they kind of make that a point too. But the King's man. But she grew an inch over regulation, so out.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Well, she made her choice.
Yeah, she made her choice, growing 1 inch too tall. Just out. You're gone. Ejected. She mentions her personal history of she's been in love with 3 men. Again, not weird for her to know that. I also love the glasses that she wears during this part of this.
I was gonna say, no wonder she was like looking at Buff and stuff so intently, because her eyesight is shit.
Glasses that she needs to wear in the scene and they fly on and off her face, it looks like. But I mean, we flash back and forth between the two of them, so maybe she takes them off in the middle. But
I see where that happens.
But so that was basically the minute, was her just kind of running through her record, kind of just giving us filling the backstory in for her. You can kind of see where she's leading this question, saying how many you've been with 3 different lovers, basically saying, yeah, well, I was in love, and then her saying, well, what if you're not in love? Yeah. So you can kind of see where she's leading with that question from an outside perspective, but in the moment when you're getting grilled like that, probably not.
Yeah, honestly, that's one of the I'll get to that. But that's one of the things I loved about this character. Like, one, when she snaps and says, "Yes, I know, I sent it," you can see like a flash of like, "Fuck you, biting my head off, bro." Like, which, I mean, considering if Russia was as restrictive back then as it is today, which the fact that she's literally like, "You had sex with 3 people," I'm assuming.
I know it.
Yeah, I'm assuming yes. But every time she gets asked those things, like, you can tell that she's like, "Fuck you, why?"
Yeah, she's a person and not a character.
Yeah, and she's uncomfortable with being called a fine-looking girl, and she has so much. I'm rewatching it as I'm saying it when she's talking about over 1 inch in the ballet. She's like kind of tongue in cheek, like, Russia. Yeah. And then she's not afraid to like question her authority or her superiors, and then
gets her head bitten off for it.
Yeah, she did forget, and then I was in love. But I think the bravest part of anything she does in this minute is answering that question honestly that you said. What if you weren't in love? And she just, I mean, if I were her, I'd be afraid if I admitted that I'd be, I don't love him, but woo-wee.
I can still do what you need me to do.
I'd be afraid that like they'd punish me, like such lewd behavior. To the dungeon with you. Wait, first we need to get you back to Russia and then to the Russian dungeon, because we're in
well, technically, since they're in the Russian consulate, then
go back to the Russian consulate.
Yeah, well, I think any building that Russia owns, they would technically be on Russian soil.
Yeah,
just like how we have consulates in other places, and it's technically American soil.
Was I correct when I said in Turkey? Are they in Turkey or are they in somewhere else? Because I know they're okay.
Istanbul. Yep.
Istanbul.
Istanbul.
Okay. I know they were speaking Turkish, but
Yes.
yeah. So I mean, it sounds weird to say, but I'm on board. Like in terms of Bond girls, I'm already like, boom, A plus, top of the charts. You know, if you ever had to be like rank your henchmen or rank your Bond girls or whatever, or rank your Bond actors, she's up there.
she's already over Honey Rider.
I mean, yeah, that's there's some yikes in that. You know, when Honey Rider told about the time that she was sexually assaulted and then she killed the guy and she asked Bond, "Did I do something wrong?" I'm like, "No, Queen, kill him again." And he's just like, "I wouldn't make a habit of it." And then she like it's like, "Oh yeah, you're right." And then she like makes out. I'm like, there's some toxic stuff you need to unlearn, girl. Yeah, out of these three, it sounds weird, but I'd put what's the woman? Trench, Sylvia Trench. Obviously, since I had more than a minute with Sylvia Trench, I'd put her 1, this woman 2, and then Honey Rider 3.
I'm assuming you mean Ursula Andress.
Is that her name? This
Honey Rider
name? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Ursula Trent's there's Honey Rider from the first one.
Oh no, the at the beginning of Doctor No, there's a woman before Bond's face is shown. It says she says Trench, Sylvia Trench, and you are Mr.
Oh, okay.
Bond, James Bond. And then she doesn't immediately just fall head over heels of like maybe lunch tomorrow or dinner or whatever. And she's like, "Can I think about it?" And then she like just I don't know how she does it. She finds his place, breaks into his place, and starts playing golf. And I'm like, you are assertive. I mean, if he wasn't into it, you'd be fucking crazy.
Yeah, he'd probably have murdered you.
That escalated quickly.
Murder. We are talking about James Bond. First things, it's either murder, sex, or alcohol. There's no in between.
You touched my clubs. Wow. No, he just sleeps with married women and then implicates them. So after killing their husbands, so that they're tortured and left on the beach, Casino Royale. Yeah,
because you're not my type. Smart.
But
no, single.
Not including basically all the women in Casino Royale. That's my favoritism of these 3 Connery women that we've met.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think they're all strong characters. I mean, and if you want to throw in Colonel Comrade here, Comrade Colonel, I think she's a strong character too.
Oh yeah. I mean, but back then no one would or are you talking about the blonde woman? I'm still confused by their rankings.
Sorry. I'm talking about Colonel Kreb, agent number 3.
Yeah, she's an excellent actress. I just doubt anyone back then was ranking her as a Bond girl because they all sexist.
Yeah. That and she's on the wrong team for her to be a Bond girl.
I mean, so is her and Famke Jensen, the woman who played Jean Grey in the X-Men movies. She was
the X-Men movies.
She was the Pierce Brosnan one who tried killing him by crushing him in her thighs in a steam room.
Oh yes, okay, yeah. I believe that's what Tomorrow Never Dies.
I don't remember.
the one with the news agency taking over the world.
I vowed to not watch any Bond movies I don't thoroughly know again until we get to them on this podcast. Like I'm not watching a Pierce Brosnan one.
You're gonna get sick of Roger Moore.
How many movies was he in? I mean, by that I mean I'll watch any Craig movies or movies that have already been broken down. But I think I've watched Pierce Brosnan movies once or 0. So
I think I think Roger Moore's 7, if I remember right.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna get really tired of him. But in those movies, they've got a lot of good side characters. My favorite being Sergeant Pieper.
Okay.
He's in 2, 3. I think he's in 3 because I think he's in the one where they go to space.
The one after Star Wars. I got you.
Yes. Yep. The one that influenced Fast 9. F9.
That and Tom Cruise. Be like, fuck, Tom Cruise is going to space. We got to beat him to it.
Well, they did.
Yeah.
They definitely did. Because that was Moonraker. I don't know what year that was, but it's Moonraker. 79. There you go. Golden. My name is Brad,
I'm Brian.
and that was money.
Every penny of it. Come over to the Discord if you want shenanigans.